What's going on, pimps? Welcome back to another edition of the Playerslounge Chronicles. This is episode 2 coming at you. And we're playing against the Philadelphia Eagles here. Last game we played against the Chiefs, but this time we're playing against the Eagles. Still rocking with the Packers. You know, Micah Parsons, as you can see, Micah Parsons is a prime example why I use the Packers. He ends up screaming on the edge there. Jordan Love's a good quarterback. Got decent receivers. Got Tucker Kraft, who is an underrated tight end, who I believe is the fastest other than Kelsey in this game. So, you know, having a fast, good tight end for the scheme I run is definitely going to be important. So yeah, we're trying to get a stop here on the opening possession. You know, defense is kind of been a struggle. You know, it's definitely been a struggle. I think this game is, you know, definitely more offense centric. So he flips it out to Saquon right there, and you know we're getting after the ball. And on second down here, he's gonna run now. We've had some success containing Saquon Barkley. You know, if you're able to stop the run and get a consistent effort in stopping the run, you're gonna have success in this game. Because the easiest thing to give up is when someone runs, and you know, right there, my user was a little bit lacking, so we go down 7-0 early in the game. And we're going to watch this replay. You know, my adjustments, everything was on fleek. It was on planet. But my user, a little bit late there, and he just took advantage of it. You know, like, my reaction skills are definitely not I would say, the best. You know, you got flight reacts, and I probably am like, you know, flight delayed. Would probably be my thing because I'm not good at reacting. But honestly, I think another reason is because it's I just don't think they're gonna throw it. Like you ever just like you're using and you think there's no way he's gonna throw it, but he ends up doing it anyway, and you're just like, well, fuck. But Romeo Doubs coming in clutch. He's gonna be a Patriot. And speaking of Patriots, the NFL Draft, I played this game the night of the NFL Draft. So if anyone's watching, let me know how you feel your team has done in the draft so far. How are you liking it? And right there, we're trying to go for a mesh concept, but he ended up playing man, but he also had flat zones, and you know, when you play that concept, it's going to be really hard against that style of defense when, you know, you have the mesh routes and then you have the flat routes on top of it. So that's what it is. But, you know, this guy done a lot of audibling. You know, he would come out in a pistol formation. That's actually a perfect user by me. I take back what I said. I'm actually the best user defender of all time. But yeah, he would audible around. He would come off in this, and you know, I feel like the reason that he did it is because he thought that he could mess with the alignment of my defense. But really, I didn't really have too much issue with that. And I think that quick hike, that was a nice pick, by the way. Nice user work. And we're going to score a touchdown, spoiler alert, little bench concept. Perfect play to run against man defense, but yeah. You know, I actually do better when they don't quick hike. I have way harder of a time, you know, when people are just coming up to the line and quick hiking, so I don't get my adjustments off, but you know, someone like this that's just taking forever to call a play is actually playing to my advantage. Except for there because, you know, I get burned over top. So from there, you're going to see in my adjustments because of that play, I learned from my mistakes. And I'm going to move my free safety towards the middle. so that he can play. So right there you can see he's kind of centered towards the middle right there. But this guy is wasting clock. He's not trying to give me the ball back with any time. He wants to be the last to score, which honestly I was kind of okay with because I knew that I get ball at half. So, obviously I'm going to try to stop him, but even if he does score, I'm going to get the ball at half, and then I have a chance to reclaim the lead. So right there, we have everything bagged, but my defense had a moment right there, just... Alright, sorry about that, got sidetracked, had to cut the audio, but we're back up, gave up that touchdown, which, it's rough because I had a spy, but I also had a yellow zone, and, they ended up running into each other, but, it is what it is. But like I said, we got the ball coming out of halftime, and I feel like we haven't had any issues with moving the ball. I mean, we're moving the ball with relatively ease. The only thing that I'm worried about is the red zone. I have a money play in the red zone, but he's kind of been on it. And other than that, it's the red zone. A lot of the times, it's really just pray and hope you get there kind of thing. But as you can see, we're kind of just moving the ball with ease. So we get up there, run. We're in the red zone right now, and we try to go to that play I was telling you about, but he's kind of all over it, not really allowing anything right there. But we get lucky here. I just ran because I'm thinking, what the hell? But we had the backup running back in there for the Packers, and he ended up getting the ball done, the job done, I should say, and we're able to reclaim the lead. And honestly, I'm feeling pretty good on defense. I know that he's been getting his yards and stuff, but I feel like the big plays where, he either picks up a touchdown or a third down, it's most of the time it's because I'm just not aligned properly. If I just align myself properly and take away the deep stuff, then I'll be good. But he pulls out a nice little wrinkle here. He just shows the flat route, and I'm watching it back again on a 3rd and 13. Yeah, that's frustrating when that happens because you feel like you have him dead to rights, but you have to be impressed because he just pulled out a little bit of a wrinkle, a little bit of a rabbit out of the hat, so to speak. It's not going to be sustainable because I feel like I'm on it, but I'm like, you know what, that's actually pretty impressive that you're able to just pull a rabbit out of your hat like that. You know what I mean? But can he pull another rabbit here on fourth down and 8? Let's see what he goes to. So he snaps it, and he goes with the corner route. We had a flat zone right there, but it was a hard flat, and he ran a corner route, and obviously Dallas Goedert's a pretty good tight end, so he's able to get over that. And so this is the best run he's had. He's tried to run, but I was able to contain it pretty good. And when I seen that, because he's trying to again milk clock right now. He doesn't want to give me the ball back, so he's trying to make this the last play of the game. So. But he goes back to the single back wing. And, usually when someone's running, I'll come out with my base defense, stubbornly. And then again, he could have scored right there, but he's trying to milk the clock. And he tries to go to the flat route, but we're all over it this time. And again, just too slow on my user. Just, not quick enough, not reaction enough. You have flight reacts on YouTube. I think mine would be flight delays. Because flights, I'm always just delayed in my reactions. So, but turn around, a little bit of a rocket catch. It's money drive time. We got to get this thing handled. So right there, got him, coach. That is a 100% shout out to IMAV, got him, coach moment. And we're going to watch that clip back. You can see I noticed that he was going over to guard the flat right there, and there's going to be no one behind him. It's like a cover 3 sky zone. And when I seen that, I knew exactly it was going to be a touchdown. So, good read by me. So he throws it back over there, and he's driving. Now, something else in the back of my mind, I was thinking throughout the game, that he was going to expose me because I was running a lot of cover 2 on this side. But I always just left my free safety over there. You know, sometimes I like to cheat my safety a little bit over towards the left side to kind of prevent that cover 2 beater. I never did it, but that was always in the back of my mind. I was like, man, it's going to come down to one of these plays where I'm not going to do that, and he's going to expose me on that. So just a little bit of foreshadowing as we move towards the end of this game. But, you know, he's really kind of out of loss. He needs to get in field goal range, and right there, he audibled to 5 wide, and he was able to find A.J. Brown. So he's easily in field goal range. So he decides to run one more play just to chuck up, and my safety was right there in the perfect scenario. That was something I was always thinking. Like I said earlier, I was like, man, he's gonna figure out a way to flatten it, but he passed the flat zone. Luckily, my safety was just in the perfect position to where I was able to click on and pick it. But it's funny because that was always something that I thought he was gonna do. But he was in a perfect position, click on, picked it, GG's. I'm adding this last clip right here because this was kind of funny. So I went to quarterback kneel, but I hit spike ball for some reason. And, you know, at first I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go false start, and that scared the shit out of me. Because I thought that they were going to count it as a fumble. And I was like, fuck. But I'd have been so pissed. Probably would have just quit the site altogether if that would have counted as a fumble. But just take the knee and get on out of here. But yeah, this game was a good game for sure. A lot of drama and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys for checking us out. We'll be back for another episode.